The final game released on the original monochrome Neo Geo Pocket starts off a mini-series of quick-fire games by Dino Corporation. They put together individual cartridges based on blackjack, poker, baccarat, hanafuda, horse racing, and 2 slot machine games, of which this is the first one. Thing is, not a one of them really justifies having its own cartridge all to itself, as none of them are particularly in-depth. I suppose there was shelf space to fill up, but all the same, you could have wanged all of these games onto 1 or 2 cartridges, and it would have been much better value. I'll still look at all of them, of course, but don't expect me to dwell on them for too long. Neo Cherry Master is possibly the simplest, shallowest game on the whole console. It's literally just a slot machine. Bet up to 16 imaginary coins on the outcome of a spin, which will be allocated first across the 3 horizontal lines, then the 2 diagonals, then the 3 verticals, up to 2 per line. The prize money obviously depends on what comes up, and while you can stop the reels quicker, you don't get control over all of them individually, so there's no skill here at all, it's just luck. If you want the ultimate slimline experience, play Simple Mode, which is just the reels themselves. However, Original Mode allows you to take any winnings you get and play a higher-lower card guessing game. You'll get given a playing card and will have to guess whether the next one is higher or lower. Now, this would be fine, I suppose, if it weren't for my bullshitometer going off like it so frequently does in these illusory games of chance. In 1998, when this came out, this little ruse wouldn't have been discoverable necessarily, but now we have emulators and save states, so I'm onto your scheme. You press A to choose higher, it's called big here, and B to choose lower. Note, by the way, that if you're used to playing Game Boy, or indeed any Nintendo console, that the A and B buttons are reversed here, so you may have to perform some mental gymnastics. At least I do. I was finding myself getting caught out far too frequently with unlikely outcomes. I'd go higher than a 4, for instance, and be getting 2s and 3s way more often than was mathematically realistic. And there's a reason for that. The game doesn't predetermine what the next card is. That would be fair. You can save state before choosing higher or lower, and the result will be different depending on what you pick. So often you'll come across a bet which is impossible to win, regardless of which you pick. Say the number is a 5. You'd likely pick higher, right? You might win if the game decides you're allowed, but you might also get a 3 or something. Well, that's alright, you save stated before choosing, so you reload and go lower instead. You know the next card's a 3, right? Nope, this time it's a king. And before you say, well, it's just random then, nah, good buddy. Each time you press higher, you'll get a 3. Each time you press lower, you'll get a king. It's fixed so that you can't win. With a game that's already kind of pointless to begin with, this tips it over the edge into actually kinda crappy behavior. The whole thing's a troll, and I'll be curious to see if the card-based ones Dino Corporation came out with do a similar thing. It strikes me as a little odd that this title got a colorized re-release when a couple of excellent fighting games like Samurai Shodown and King of Fighters Round 1 didn't. They would get sequels, I guess, but hey, we absolutely did not need to get cheated in full color as well as monochrome. Skip the hell out of this one, guys.